News on 6 wants to help you properly get rid of any unwanted prescription drugs you might have in your medicine cabinets. National Drug Take Back Day, as we mentioned, is this Saturday. You can come right here to our station in downtown Tulsa to get rid of your unused or expired prescription drugs from 10 until 2. So this afternoon here at 4, Matt Condley from the Tulsa County Health Department is here to talk about the importance of this event. And welcome, Matt. Happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
How big of a problem is this in Tulsa County specifically with prescription drugs?
We say this is still a big problem in Tulsa County and across Oklahoma and the nation. For Tulsa County, why we've seen our medical professionals doing a great job reducing the amount of prescribing. We still do tend to overprescribe higher than the national average for a state. In Tulsa County in 2019 alone, we know that we prescribed around 60 painkillers per person. But we have seen significant reduction in overall prescribing habits. What we're now really seeing in the biggest trend is fentanyl amongst Oklahoma and nationally. For this, it often comes from other countries and it's brought in. It's whenever it's brought here, it's either like powder or pill form. It's pressed. It then goes onto the street and it's bought. So if a person has an addiction and they're buying these medications, they're buying them from the street, they don't know what they're getting anymore. They don't know the dosaging or the quality, and it's leading to a lot of overdose deaths currently. So
it's a horrible situation too.
It's very terrible. They're also finding it in illicit drugs too. They're finding it in also medications like anxiety medications like Xanax on the street. They're finding fentanyl. They're finding it in cocaine. Even methamphetamine. One of the other trends we're seeing too is stimulant overdose deaths. So meth overdose deaths have actually surpassed opioid overdose deaths for the first time in recent years, which is a very interesting new trend, unfortunately. But what we're seeing with that is that meth is often now made in other countries and is made in labs and is so strong and potent that is causing a lot of cardiac arrest and other events that are leading to deaths.
Is there an age group you're seeing most of an issue with right now?
We see, a lot of different age groups misusing and abusing medications. We see the largest overdose death rate between 35 and 65, just because as you get older, your body's less resilient to these kind of events like a heart attack or opioid, and your body's less resilient to be able to handle it. So. Okay,
let's talk about the event happening this weekend and why it's so important. Why is it important to properly get rid of these drugs instead of, say, throw them in the trash or down the toilet, flush them?
That's a wonderful question. So some of what we see is when these medications are available, it's bad for our community at large. So we have an abundance of medication. We know that the majority of people in Tulsa County do not properly dispose of or secure their unwanted medications. So they're just out there for anyone who could want to use them or misuse them. We know a lot of first-time abuse and misuse and addiction happens because of the medications we have in our homes. So we want to make sure if we have them in our homes, we're securing them at all times. And if we don't want them, we get them out and we dispose of them. So that way it's not a potential to be misused. In terms of what we would say proper disposal is, people can take any unwanted medications to any local police or sheriff's department in Tulsa County, certain pharmacies as well, including Walgreens, select locations. If you're not sure which Walgreens locations, you can call Walgreens and they'll tell you which Walgreens are partners.
Okay, and we're out of time, but I did want to mention, because I thought this was pretty cool, that the drugs that people drop off this weekend, you said get burned and converted into energy.
Absolutely. Cavanta Energy does this all for free, and they're a wonderful partner. And they take all the unwanted medication from Obion and DA, and they burn it all for free.
So interesting. I didn't realize that's what happened to it, but interesting. Matt, thank you so much again. Appreciate your time. Another reminder that our Drug Take Back event is this Saturday. Again, that's from 10 until 2 right here at Channel 6 Studios, downtown Tulsa, corner of Cameron and Boston. Brian Station, we'll send it back to you guys.